Dear students, now we are going to see serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin, this is otherwise called as 5-hydroxytryptamine, otherwise 5-HT. It is a neurotransmitter mainly synthesized from the amino acid called tryptophan. Normally 1% of this is enough to convert that into serotonin. It is mostly synthesized in the intestinal cells for mammals, and platelets are having high concentration of this serotonin. Now we'll see the functions of serotonin. It is a powerful vasoconstrictor. That's why that is resulting in contraction of the smooth muscles, mainly in the bronchioles and arterioles. And it is involved in the regulation of cerebral activity. It controls the behavioral patterns, sleep, blood pressure and body temperature. It releases the peptide hormones from the GIT. It is responsible for the motility of GIT, that is peristaltic movement. Now we'll see the biosynthesis of serotonin. Already we have seen which is the precursor for serotonin, that is tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid. Which amino acid it is? It is an aromatic amino acid. It is one of the aromatic amino acid. So if it is an amino acid, there may be center one carbon and that carbon is connected to 4 groups. 2 are the mandatory groups. One is an amino, another one is acid. So 2 substituents are amino group, another one is acid, third one is hydrogen and fourth one is connected to indole. And that indole is connected to methyl. So that is called as tryptophan. Now it undergoes hydroxylation by means of the enzyme tryptophan hydroxylase. By the addition of that enzyme, it takes up oxygen also with the help of a cofactor called as tetrahydrobiopterin. So from the tetrahydrobiopterin, 2 hydrogens should be taken and that combines with oxygen and removed as water. So the left, that would be removed as dihydrobiopterin. One more oxygen is there. That oxygen combines with the hydrogen at 5th position and that should be converted to hydroxy group. That's why it is called as 5-hydroxytryptophan. This tryptophan, this is an aromatic amino acid. Here we are using the enzyme aromatic amino acid decarboxylase. So here there may be decarboxylation, that is removal of carbon dioxide group. So this carbon dioxide molecule would be removed. That's why we are getting serotonin. Just by the removal of carbon dioxide we got that. Now we are going to see how serotonin would be converted to melatonin. So this serotonin, with the help of the enzyme called as MAO, that is monoamine oxidase. So this amine group would be removed as ammonia and that CH2 would be oxidized and that should be converted to an acid part. So this is called as acetate because CH3COOH is acetic acid. So this is acetate. In the acetate, one H is replaced by means of indole. That's why that is indole acetate, and that indole is having hydroxy group at 5th position. That's why that is called as 5-hydroxy indole acetate. This serotonin, with the help of the enzyme called serotonin N-acetylase. So there may be acetylation of serotonin, where the acetylation occurs with the nitrogen. That's why N-acetylase enzyme would be used. So this nitrogen undergoes acetylation. Acetyl group would be added to the nitrogen. For that, it is in need of acetyl group. So that acetyl group would be donated by acetyl-CoA. So where the acetyl would be added to the nitrogen, and the product name is N-acetyl serotonin. This N-acetyl serotonin reacts with the enzyme called as N-acetyl serotonin O-methyl transferase. So that transfers methyl group to the oxygen. That's why enzyme name is O-methyl transferase. So that's why that is the need of the methyl. So that methyl is donated by S-adenosyl methionine. So that is the donor for the methyl. Which is the donor? S-adenosyl methionine. And because of the removal of the methyl, that will be converted to S-adenosyl homocysteine. So that methyl is added to the oxygen. That's why we are getting methoxy here. So this would be the structure for melatonin. So what would be the changes between serotonin and melatonin? With the nitrogen, acetyl would be added here. Another one is H is replaced by means of methoxy. Now we'll see serotonin and the brain. The brain can also synthesize serotonin, but how that should be in a bound form. So the outside serotonin, that is other than the brain, that is also having the capacity to synthesize serotonin. So that cannot enter the brain because of the blood-brain barrier. What is the main role of serotonin? That is stimulator of the brain activity. So if there is any deficiency of serotonin, that causes a depression. That's why psychosis patients are having decreased level of serotonin. Next one is melatonin. So this is a hormone. Already we have seen serotonin is a neurotransmitter, whereas melatonin is a hormone. This is mostly synthesized by the pineal gland. The serotonin is produced, already we have seen it is produced from the amino acid called tryptophan. Tryptophan is an aromatic amino acid. So with the help of the enzyme serotonin N-acetylase, what is formed, that is N-acetyl serotonin. That N-acetyl serotonin undergoes methylation with the help of S-adenosyl methionine. Finally, melatonin would be formed. What is the chemical name for melatonin? That is N-acetyl 5-methoxy serotonin. Its synthesis and secretion of melatonin from the pineal gland is mainly controlled by the light. Now we'll see the functions of melatonin. This is mainly involved in the circadian rhythms and it is playing a major role in sleep-wake process. It enables the production of MSH and ACTH. MSH is melanocyte stimulating hormone. ACTH is adrenocorticotropic hormone. It is having inhibitory effects on ovarian functions. It can also play a neurotransmitter role. So serotonin is a neurotransmitter, melatonin is a hormone, but that can also act as a neurotransmitter.